what I want to talk about tonight is how to deal with a bad night. And what I would say to you is like tonight, I don't really remember for me having really terrible night or bad night. And that was not the case when I started. So there's definitely hope that the more you go out, the more you're gonna get better at it and you're gonna actually enjoy the process instead of like looking for results or having the wrong mindset when you go out and you talk to pretty girls. I think the biggest part of like enjoying yourself first is key, and that's also why we spend so much time, me and Jeff, teaching you how to have fun, because that's not a normal process for most guys. If you summarize very quickly, an average dude that go out with his buddy is gonna go pre-game, meet before, get completely wasted, get some molly, get some weed, get some coke, whatever it is, and it's gonna be completely like in a different space. And that's what fun is for most people. They just go out, they're outside of their own body, and as soon as they are in the club, more drinking, and now they have the courage to talk to people and girls. But what they do not know is like time to times it's gonna work, but most of the time it doesn't fucking work because you're sloppy and you don't fucking remember anything. So if this is not really the right approach, unless you're natural. If you're natural, it doesn't fucking matter, I would say. Some natural that I've seen completely wasted, they're gonna do good no matter what. But I don't think it's your case. So if you're watching here, if you're listening, what I would tell you is like, when you're having a bad night, know that it's gonna get better over time. And the more you go out, the more you enjoy. It's like anything. If you can compare with any sports that you had or any skill set that you had, when you started, it was not fun. Let's be real. When you start something new that you don't have like skill set, you're not enjoying yourself. This is not fun. If you go in the gym for the very first time, you're not gonna enjoy that at all. It's gonna be painful. It's gonna be the wrong form. You're gonna be struggling. You're not really gonna get like that real dopamine because it takes a little bit of time getting comfortable. It's usually very difficult first. You get sore, you hurt yourself. It's not enjoyable. It took me many years like of sports for me to say I enjoy sports, but for most people, what do? They don't do sports. Average people don't. They just watch TV, watch some little baseball, watch some little basketball right now, drink some beer, and that's about it. Watch TV, that's it. Watch their phone. So understand that anything you're gonna be doing, like including going out and talking to pretty girls, gonna take a little bit of time to enjoy. And if you enjoy already, that's great, but know that some of those nights is gonna suck. And that's what I want to talk about. How do you really get out of like this bad state, this bad night or rough time that you have with girl on a certain night? Well, to my experience, because what I talk about is only experience and everything that I've been coached for many years by really great mentor like Jeff, that the idea of like trying to change your state is not really possible. Whatever resists persists. So you have to use a little bit of psychology when it's not going so well. And the first things that I would tell you is like, if it's really, really, really rough, and I'm not saying like after like 4 or 5 minutes, because you haven't really tried, but let's say if half of the night you've been here like for a couple of hours and you get blown out, blown out, blown out, and it's not fun for you, I would say do a half time. You do like time out for yourself. Remove yourself completely from like the environment a little bit. Don't go outside the club, but just stay maybe somewhere where it's a little more quiet, and just ask yourself like basic little things. Like I do my checkup like a plane, so I'm gonna check the very fundamental things, like, is my eye contact good? Sometimes it's not. I'm just tired. I'm looking at the floor. It's not working. You can't really have interaction with girls if you're looking at not in her eyes. Then my vocal, like, am I talking some environment extremely loud? Like, am I talking loud enough? Then I'm gonna look at other things in my body language. Am I like tense? Do I have like some tenseness? Do I have like... So I do a basic checkout on all the fundamental things, which is like eye contact, squaring up, being relaxed, have some kind of like smile in my face. And once I've done that with the vocal and all that, I'm just gonna lower the bar. And I think that's something we tend to not do when we go out. We have this expectation that everything has to be good. I pulled last night, I had a great night, tonight I'm gonna do it again. And no, it doesn't really work like that. Game is very, very volatile. You can have like the best night of your life, and the next night is shitty, and you could have a dry spell. You'd never really know when it's gonna come. So I try to not focusing on the results, but more on the process. And the process is like, first, what is the first step of the process? Put myself in state. If you think you're gonna talk to a girl and you can't really enjoy yourself in the environment a little bit, I'm not saying that you can be a little cranky when you approach her, but very soon, after like few minutes, the girl's gonna be, well, I hope is gonna have like a little bit more fun, and that's fine to tell her like you like very like upset with something, you're very whatever. It's not like a great mood, but you can't just like stay like that forever. It's not gonna work. So the key here is like to lower the bar, definitely. And once you've done that, which is easy to say, but that's not, like, trust me, when you smart, you tend to not want to lower the bar, and you want to have like some communication that is like still somehow logical. And I would tell you, no, motherfucker, you just need to go out there and talk like really retarded, like really, really like low level English, or whatever is your language, Fringlish. And once you've done that, and you have removed yourself a little bit, like for, let's say, 10 minutes or something, that's usually enough to be able to change that state. You kind of like start fresh. So, well, it's very important to have this little break and going back after. But the key is like to have something that you fixed. So if you found out that you were not, maybe you were too far from the girl or whatever it is, you gotta have to change that on the second part of the night. But for the most part, I would say if you're having a rough night, don't look like too far away. To me, the number one reason is not having fun. That's the number one reason. And if you're a little tired, that's gonna be just more difficult to having fun, period. And that's really the two states where I can be like one or the other. I'm not having really fun because maybe I bored. I've been going out so much. At some point, the club's gonna really get you, where I have friends who just can't stand after a month and month and month going out. They just hate it. But you gotta ask yourself also, like, I mean, how bad it is to talk to pretty girls and talk to some titties. I don't think titties should make you like bored. It should always open your eyes at some point. So keep that in mind. Like, don't make this like a huge deal. This is just talking to some girls. Should not be any sorts of like check on your own reality or what does it mean for you. It doesn't mean nothing, like absolutely nothing. You're having a bad night, nothing. So anyway, going back to the process, I think lowering the bar, like, definitely key to start like re-enjoying yourself. And I think what you find out is the more you stick around, the more you continuing the process, because this is nothing else than following the process. I understand you're sober and it might be sometimes difficult to find that fun because I also have that problem in the first part of the night. Typically, I'm not having fun with all those people who just like start drinking and they're in their head. I find this like pretty annoying, so that's why I go so late. But if you have lower a little bit the bar and you start rebuilding up, and we talk a lot about momentum like socializing, but momentum for the fun. The fun is like something that you can really like change and turn around as like that. You just need one funny interaction and boom, it's just it's crazy. It's in you. The fun is in you, is inside of you. It's not in the alcohol, it's not in the drugs, it's not in the DJ, it's not in the girls. So don't look anywhere. You can generate your own good emotion. But some nights are just more difficult, and having faith that you will find at some point something that's gonna trigger that fun, that little spark. Maybe a good set, maybe you make out with a girl, maybe you start all of a sudden to find something more fun in the environment. You have to stick around, and that's I think the biggest takeaway here. Yes, sure, you're not having fun, well, so be. Just go plow through that shit. Understand that as a human psychology, your emotion means nothing. We have tons of distortion in our brain that don't mean anything, and your mood is coming from your interpretation of those feelings that you have, and those feelings comes from like random thought, and the thought can change. So as long you moving up, as long you keep taking action, you're gonna be able to generate new thought. And when you generate new thought, you can generate new emotion. And that's really how I can change like a bad state or a rough night. I keep taking action. And it's hard to believe, because I'm sure you haven't really like really have done that enough to be like, well, yeah, bro, it's cool, but when I'm having a rough night, I prefer go home. Well, for me, now, when I'm having a rough night, I want to stay there, because I know I had like so much success in those bad nights that it would be crazy. Like, I could tell you story after story, pool after pool, night after night, girls after girls, that just came from very bad night and came late. Just an example, last Saturday, I was shooting again in field here in San Diego, and it was not a great night. I was just getting like good for the camera, but not good for me. It was just not, I was not able to move girls, not enough physicality. It was just very difficult, so rough. But at the end of the night, that's where I started like all of a sudden being in the best set. and making out with a girl in 5-10 minutes and about to pull. So you'd be surprised like how much things happen if you stick around and you keep taking action. So I hope this was valuable. I have a lot of other things that we do and practice when we train together on bootcamp. I just want to remind you, this is it. This is like the last day, I think today, for the bootcamp price increase. So if you still on the fence, this is the time now, because if you want to save some money, it's going to be too late after. The bootcamp has not changed for so many years. Jeff is very, very genuine. He's been doing this for so long, and the price of the bootcamp never changed. So it was due, and now it's coming up. So look at the schedule. We have a lot of bootcamp. It's going to be fun, especially when we go in Europe, in the US as well. I'll be here with Jeff, and I hope to see you on one of those programs. But you know where to find the link. Have a great night. Peace.